no, he's on the radio.
Here we are waiting in the round. Bye-bye, Mast. The Mediterranean Sea. Camargua's horses. Kilometers away from the Mediterranean. Canal du Midi. So this is the entrance to the Canal du Midi. Many people think this canal is the only way by boat through France to the Mediterranean Sea. All the way through to Bordeaux. Bonjour! But our journey shows a different route from the North Sea. At Angoulou, the only way to get across to the other side, to the bank, is via a little ferry. That's how you get across the other side. Our use for this section of the oldest French canal is to transfer from the Étang de Tau to the Hérault River, which flows into the sea at Graudeac. With mixed feelings, we motored along the Midi beyond Les Anglous. Today was to be our last cruising along a French canal. Having cruised from the most northerly port of France to the southerly coast-hugging lagoons, and onward to the eastern end of the Canal du Midi, our thoughts turned to preparing options for sailing again. The first lock is oval. Can you give me a wave? And the walls are unusually curved to hold back the earth, much like a dam holds back water. This early design was used to overcome problems with flat walls falling in when the lock emptied. The next lock, just after a sharp bend in the canal, leads into the Hérault River. It is only used to protect the canal when the river is in flood, and so both gates were open when we passed through. There's a barrage across the Hérault preventing navigation directly to the sea, and boaters are diverted off the river toward the only remaining round lock in France. The long sailing route around the Iberian Peninsula was a problem for France, and since Roman times many bypass schemes had been considered and discarded. Notably, in 1516, King Francis I asked Leonardo da Vinci to conduct a survey after he'd worked on designs for a canal in northern Italy. Some theorise that da Vinci invented the mitre lock gate system first used on canals in France, but this is disputed as others say he just recorded on paper an existing invention. An elaborate scheme was presented, but it was not financially supported. In 1662, the wealthy salt merchant Pierre-Paul from Béziers presented his Midi Canal proposal to First Minister Jean-Baptiste Colbert, who in turn presented it to Louis XIV. Riquet, a keen student of mathematics and science, convinced them his scheme would work because it overcame problems with the feed water needed to keep the locks operational through the dry summer months. Riquet would also invest in its construction personally. Louis acknowledged the opportunity to deprive Spain of shipping revenue, dramatically shorten time to transport goods from the Atlantic, dodge pirates, and leave a legacy of his reign. The royal edict was at last issued in 1666. Construction of a huge dam to create the Bassin de Saint-Ferréol started in 1667. It took 4 years to complete and was the first artificial lake created specifically to supply water for a navigable canal. There were many obstacles, and near Béziers, the canal route was blocked by Densurun Hill. To speed up the cutting of the 165-metre-long Malpas tunnel, gunpowder was used for the first time in a civil engineering setting to create the first navigable subterranean canal passage. Regrettably for Riquet, the project had taken its toll on both his health and family fortune. He died just a few months before the completion of the canal route in 1681. His sons continued overseeing the work, and by 1683 the canal was in full use, mainly to carry wheat and wine, although a healthy number of passengers also paid to travel between Toulouse and Agde. By the mid-19th century, before railways sealed the fate of canals, approximately 100,000 people were travelling every year along the Canal du Midi, linking at Toulouse with the Canal de Garonne to reach Bordeaux. The Canal du Midi is a UNESCO World Heritage Monument and living testimony of the art and creativity of the engineers inspired by Riquet. Along with 12,000 workers, they realised the dream to connect the Atlantic Ocean with the Mediterranean Sea through France. Here we are waiting in the round lock. That's the way we just came in. That's the way we're going out. We are not going that way. 3 exits in the same lock. Well, to be fair, it couldn't be more gentle. This is where we leave the Canal du Midi, heading south from the lock along a narrow, shallow stretch of canal back to the Hérault River below the barrage. This is the last significant canal moment for us. This is it. The last man-made waterway on our long way down journey from Dunkerque. Merci, au revoir. As the river widened and the flow carried options along, we took in the commercial surroundings interspersed with leisure craft and looked ahead for the Allemande Boatyard. So the air draft on this bridge, the height is 12 metres. So we can't come back this way once we've got the mast on. So we can only come as far as this bridge towards Agde after we've been to the Allemande Boatyard. So you're looking out for where we might be able to moor up?
Yeah. It says it is 12 metres around there.
It does? Right. This is it. First task is to remove the homemade masthead.
Makeshift.
You really just said makeshift.
Make do.
Make do? I spent hours building that.
It's more than make do. It's fantastic. It was commented
That's
on
better.
It was commented on a few times, wasn't it?
That's it.
So I didn't need to take that.
No, you didn't say that.
Put that one back on.
Yeah. Lift up, that's it. All your varnishing. Yeah. 2 years it's done all right for us, that, isn't it?
And it's been just as varnished. We just broke it once.
I did. That was me.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Mast. Et.
Bye.
Be nice to find out when we're going to get the mast. We have to get the sails back up there and get some space created in the forepeak. Here we are at Chantier Allemande. On this right hand side of us we have L'Aventure, a 1884 built Dutch barge which Ed is renovating. And then on our port side we have a 1907 barge called Casper. And all the way around here, heading out that way, is to the Mediterranean. And let's go and take a tour around the boatyard, see what we can see. Yeah, it just stops the traffic with a boat in the middle of the road. And that's the famous Henri, revered by many, many people in the boating fraternity. Don't quite know what people make of it if they're not used to the fact that this is a boatyard. This is an OVNI 43 feet long, aluminium hull, swing keel, similar to the idea of the southerly. Runners out enjoying themselves, cyclists, all sorts going on. They never really look that safe to me. One looks like, you know, one strong gust, the whole thing's going to fall over. I'm sure it wouldn't. I think they know what they're doing. Lifting equipment all over the place. Most important, they're okay, they're very nice. They are. Medium. This one here only came in yesterday. That's down the other side. Some more lifting equipment there. There's boats basically in every possible space that there is. Pieces of lifting equipment all over the place. And our neighbour Ed mentioned that all these pieces of lifting equipment have been designed and built by Henri, and it's a family-owned business. Effectively, he's the daddy of it all. Decided to retire and come back to work the very next day. Just can't leave it alone. Probably because there's nobody else can do what he can do more than anything. And the family probably said, "Dad, come back. We need you." And there he is with another piece of lifting equipment. No idea what he's going to do. Looks like possibly this boat here is ready to go back in the water. All-wheel steering. Go on. Always a worrying moment for boat owners when the boat's out of the water. In the water she's safe. Out of the water, always a worry. Yesterday this couple were just finishing off the final touches on the hull with the anti-foul paint, brand new anodes fitted. Far side of the boatyard. There's another piece of lifting equipment. Looks abandoned to me, but no doubt it will have a use. And there we are, sandwiched between a 1884 and a 1907. And our mast still hasn't arrived. There she is, lifted. Let's go and have a look in the toy shop, as I call it. Other people call it chandlery. Personally, I think it's a toy shop. These guys have got everything. For almost every type of boat as well. Tubing, sanitation, pumps. some instruments. Nigel,
Jonathan,
pleased to meet you.
And you indeed.
How are you?
Very good.
Good. Here she is.
I'm a tad late.
Our mast had been on a journey too. It was collected from Dunkerque and rested a while in Nantes before delivery to Agde. The mast arrived and driver Nigel was helpful and courteous, as he had been in all our correspondence with Boatloads International. Seeing the mast arrive on the trailer was a relief. All the planning was finally falling into place perfectly until...
Left a few black marks on it.
Yeah, well, they'll come off.
It will rub out.
Yeah, they'll come off. Yeah, that's fine.
The other thing I did have in here, I did have a piece of string to all the bottle screws because they do undo on the way.
Ah, right, yeah. One of the tensioning screws had worked loose and was either through a window of a following vehicle or lying neglected on the side of a road from Nantes. This is Sheena.
Good morning. How are you?
And the good news...
Can you see them?
I'm just looking. Yeah, they're there.
Phew!
We'd been having a conversation about whether I'd actually got the sail battens put on.
All good.
Superb.
You've got the wind vane and the light.
I've got all of that. Yeah.
Yeah! So we did a good job then, Paul, eh?
Yes, wrapped up well, which is good. So here it is. Here's our mast. Tomorrow, or even maybe tonight, depending upon what happens, we can get the mast back on. I don't know. We'll see. Look at that, so smooth. Thank you.
No, that isn't how I imagined him to be at all. Isn't it funny?
Nice guy though.
Oh, yeah.
Look, and they've been so helpful. Don't they? Yeah. Make it so easy. Yeah. Just put it underneath, so it's out of the way. That's it. Very good. Yeah. So now we need to start beginning the unwrapping and reassembly. So here's the problem. I need that bit. Where would I get a replacement bottle screw to match the 30-year-old original? Henry shrugged and pointed to a few old masts laid on top of the chandler's shop. Thankfully, one of them was rigged with identical bottle screws, which I salvaged for free. Get these fishing boats going by every so often, and they just get a little bit... Serious problem averted, we could get our mast craned on. How you feeling?
Okay. I know you're feeling a little bit anxious.
Oh, yeah. Always when we got this thing to lift up. It's all ready. All we need now is to be able to get it lifted and put onto the boat. I hope I've got everything on it. Really not sure. There's a couple of things that I can't remember, but it's been 2 years. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Leave it in the hands of the professionals. Hopefully they'll do the proper thing. I'm worried though. Sheena said she can't bear to watch. She wants to go for a cycle ride rather than watch it going on. He has to steady the boat in the cradle before he can step the mast, because he can't step the mast with the boat bobbing around like that. Big boats keep going past, so...
Thursday, 22nd of September. The mast is finally about to be attached. Sadly, coming into this holding bay, we've hit certainly the starboard side on the rubbing strake. This is Henri, who's retired and works like a Trojan. So I'm hoping we can rectify everything. I know Jonathan's not very happy at the moment.
Il faudrait les pics.
Just hoping we haven't got anything twisted. But yeah, sadly as we came in, nice big chunk of rubbing strake. I just can't watch it, it's just no. You've got it wrapped round the radar, darling. He's got it wrapped round the radar. And maybe not. Is it loose? No, he's on the radar. So it's released. It's still up at the moment. It's not fully attached. Still have the shorter stays to attach.
C'est-à-dire que là, il faut viser, voir qu'il ne soit pas tordu.
Does it look straight? Does it look straight? Difficult to know, isn't it? He's putting some gear away. He'll do it tomorrow, though.
Okay.
All right. What's this?
Could they be sails?
Goodness me. We've had a sudden infestation of flying ants, or flying something or others. And they're all landing on the water and just floating away on the water. Look at the deck. Just be careful where you stand.
I know. What is going on? Yeah, not nice.
At last, Options was ready for the sea. We could see it and smell it. We've just pulled away from Alaman shipyard and we're heading away from the inland waterways, avoiding the little ferry that goes across the Herald River in front of us. And this is it. All the way down from Dunkerque, all the way through to the south of France. Crew is busy bringing in the fenders, which is the first time you've had to do that in 2 years. Our long way down journey was about to end. It's all good, I hope. There, between those two lighthouses, is the Mediterranean Sea. We travelled 1,574 nautical miles from our home in Yorkshire, England, taking up 152 days over a 2-year period to reach the Mast rendezvous point. Our plan was to reach the Med through France the long way down, and here we were now at the mouth of a river spilling out into the sea. What next? Well, we said we'd get here and then turn left to see how far east we can sail. So starts our next adventure, sailing Options the long way east. Goodbye inland waterways.
We are sailing.
So we're just going to get the head sail out next.
Oh, I thought we weren't going to do the head sail.
Yeah, we'll start off with the main and then we'll do the head sail.
Oh, okay. So we are under sail. We have the head sail and the main sail. Grey, overcast afternoon with sunshine behind us. We've got 3.1 knots. We're going 3.1 knots, I would say. Wind speed of 7 and 10 metres of water below us. What is all that about? 10 metres of water?
It's only in a lock you get that.
But yes, there's no engine. Is there? No noise.
No, no engine noise.
And this is what Captain's been waiting for 2 years. Haven't you, pal?
Well, it's been a good 2 years of inland waterways.
It has, and that's where we came from. Out of Grauwdagda.
So here we are, we've come about, tacked, now heading back towards the land. And so far she's managed to get the fastest speed, 5.8 knots. Well done.